what I have to create certain examples over here. Let's try and take some input from the user. Okay. Now in the earlier one, we had just simply printed. We had not taken any input from the user, which means suppose if I have to accept some value from the user, we had not done that over here, right? But for accepting value, what do we require? Somewhere to store the value, whatever the user enters. So here we have the concept of variables. Okay, so variables are nothing but containers which will hold some value which the user is entering on the screen. We have different types of variables. I'll come to those. Initially, let's create some string variable. Again, remember here S is capital. Okay, we are creating here variables, say f name, L name. Variable names can be any name you wish to give. They should start from a character. Now I want to accept the value from the user. Okay, so first thing is I will have to go here and say import, say java.util.scanner. Now, why I have done this? Because this is a namespace which is having certain libraries or certain classes which I want to use for taking the input from the user. Okay, so I have to just simply import that. Now, if you just look at it over here, just go back. Okay, you can see we have in that we have another package. Okay, so again, util over here is a package. In that, if you look at the scanner, you see it is a class, public final class scanner. So a package has another package, has a class name scanner. That is how we are basically importing the particular file. Now in this scanner, we have a method that is used for accepting the values. Okay. So first thing is I will ask the user, I'll give some message to the user saying system.out.println. I will say enter first name. So I'm asking the user to enter the first name over here. Again, all the statements in Java are ending with semicolon, which means this is the end of the statement. So you have to end it with a semicolon. Method will not. Method means opening curly brackets, closing curly bracket is a method. This is a statement. Now, whatever the user enters, I have to store the value in fname variable. Fname, I'm saying is equal to, okay. Before that, I will have to create an object of scanner. We'll create object, say inp is equal to new scanner. Now, why I have created this? As I have told you, Java is nothing but what? It is object-oriented programming language, which means if you have to use a particular function of any class into Java, you have to create the class object. So this is how we have created class. So now we can say inp dot. Now next means whatever value the user enters, we are going to store the value over here. Okay, this takes the input of system.in. Now system.out was to print something. System.in is to accept something. Hence we have passed here the parameter that we want to create the object of scanner class. Object name is inp. This name you can give any name. Suppose you want to give scan1 as a name, give that, but use the same name everywhere. And then here we are saying whatever the value user enters after this, you will store that next value in the variable fnm. Once we have done that, again we give user system.out.println, say enter last name, and we use again nm, and we say again scan1 dot next, end it with a semicolon. Now I have to print a message to the user saying system.user.println, say welcome, and I want to print here the value of, I want to give a space. So again, I will concatenate double quotation marks. Again, I will concatenate the value of lnm. So it will print what? It will first print welcome colon space. Fnm will print the value what the user have entered over here. It will again concatenate with that a space and again print the value of lnm whatever the user have entered in the command screen. Okay. Now let's try and execute. What was the shortcut for executing it? Shift F6. So see, it is asking me for entering username. My cursor is blinking there. So it will not proceed further. You can see it is running over here. It will not proceed till I enter something. Let's enter John. Enter last name. It says welcome John Victi. Okay. So whatever you enter, it is storing the same values and it is giving you the print message also that way. Now, as I have told you, we have various types of variables which we can create. So similarly, this was of type string that we had created. Similarly, we can also create of type integer. Now what we'll do is I'll just create another class here, say Java class, say third, and simply I will just copy this main method here. Okay, automatically import came. Now here I want to create, say, integer variables num1, num2. I want to perform the addition of two numbers. Okay, so here we are saying enter the first number. Now here I want to store the value, but next will not work here. Okay, because next will by default take a value of type string. I don't want it string. So what do we want here? We want, say, next int method we have, which we can use. Similarly, let's say num2, we have here next int method. And then here we will print another message. Let's give here, let's take another variable of type int here, say sum. So sum is equal to, let's make num1 plus num2. And let us try to print here system.out.println the sum is, okay, we print the value of sum. Again, what is the shortcut? Shift F6. We enter here, say 40, 56, the sum is 96. Right? So in this way, we are getting the value. We have performed addition of two numbers. So in this way, we have seen another program wherein we have created three integer variables. We have taken the input from the user for the first number and the last enter the second number. Okay, and then we were printing the sum is the value of the sum variable over here. Just I'm showing you again 56, 56, the sum is 112. Let's continue further. Now in similar way, you will do one more exercise. Okay, now I'll just giving you one assignment. I'm creating a class here. Let's create assignment 1. Now your first assignment for today is, I'm just writing it down in the comments part over here. Say write a program to accept two numbers from the user and perform subtraction, multiplication and division and give the result to the user. So over here, you will have to use minus for subtraction, asterisk for multiplication, and a slash for division. Earlier, we have used plus for addition. Okay, so you will try out this example wherein you will take two numbers from the user and you will perform all these operations and you will give the output to the user back. Okay, I'm putting it in a multi-line comment so that it is easy for us to understand. Now, what do you mean by a multi-line comment? Suppose I start slash asterisk and asterisk slash, which means whatever lines I'm writing in between this, all are commented. Okay. Or if I have to write only one single line of comment, I can use a double backslash. Anyone would work. Okay. So you can see that over here in the same assignment 1.java file itself. Fine. I would put it just below that later on.